Welcome to this explainer. We're diving straight into something that keeps literally every business owner awake at night at some point. Profit is not cash, and the hidden cost of credit and delayed payments. Today, we're going to tear down one of the most dangerous illusions in business. I'm talking about that totally baffling gap between the profit you see printed on your ledger and the actual cash sitting in your bank account. It brings us to a question that just sounds like a total contradiction. Why do perfectly profitable businesses run out of cash? If your sales are up and your margins are healthy, your bank account should be absolutely overflowing, right? Yet, time and time again, thriving enterprises find themselves scrambling just to pay their suppliers. To figure out how you can have a highly successful ledger and an empty bank account at the exact same time, we need to look under the hood at how money actually moves.
Section 1. The perfect cash flow.
All right, picture this. You're running a trading business, and you've just purchased a lakh's worth of goods. That's 100,000 rupees. Because you've got a rock-solid relationship, your supplier generously hands you 30 days of credit to pay it off. Now, in an ideal world, it goes exactly like this. Step 1, you get that 30-day window from your supplier. Step 2, you are incredibly efficient and sell those goods that exact same day for 1,10,000 rupees. And step 3, your customer pays you instantly, right there in cash. Look at how comfortable this is. You've got 1,10,000 rupees sitting securely in your bank, and you don't even owe your supplier that initial lakh for another month. For 30 whole days, that money is entirely yours to play with. You can reinvest it, buy more goods, or just let it sit and collect interest.
Section 2. Profit is not cash.
But as we all know, reality hits hard, and business is rarely that perfect. Let's change just one tiny variable from our perfect setup. Instead of your customer paying you instantly, you give them 30 days of credit too. Seems fair enough. If they pay right on time, the money comes back just as you need to pay your supplier. But what if they delay? What if they pay you after 60 days instead? Suddenly, you're staring at a massive gap. Your supplier wants their money on day 30, but your cash isn't showing up until day 60. Those extra 30 days, somebody has to fund them. And guess what? That somebody is usually you. This brings us to a terrifying paradox. On paper, you've made a $10,000 profit. You bought for a lakh, sold for 1.1 lakh. Officially, you are a profitable business. But check your bank account. It is sitting at absolute zero. Your cash is essentially being held hostage in your customer's bank account, all while your own rent and payroll keep knocking at your door. The business is starving for cash, even though the profitable sale is already in the books. This is exactly why profit and cash are two entirely different beasts.
Section 3. The hidden costs of waiting.
Listen, waiting isn't just annoying. There is a literal economic cost to it. Let's say you had to use bank finance to bridge that 1 lakh rupee gap for those extra 30 days, right? Assuming a financing cost of around 12% per year, that delay just costs you roughly 986 rupees. And the crazy thing is, nobody sends you an invoice for that. You never get a bill saying, customer delayed payment fee 986 rupees. It's completely invisible, but it is silently draining your margins. Imagine if you have 50 lakh rupees stuck with customers instead of one. That invisible bleeding becomes fatal.
There's this fantastic quote from a business owner in the source material that just completely nails this reality. He said, "If my customer takes more than 30 days, I lose my ROI. If I kept that money in the bank, I could have earned interest." He's basically proving that credit has an actual, measurable economic value. When you let someone hold on to your money for an extra 30 days, you are sacrificing exactly what that money could have done for your own growth.
Section 4. The inventory trap.
Now watch how this timeline stretches out even further when we factor in inventory. Say you buy 10 lakh of goods with your 30 days to pay, but those goods just sit in your warehouse for 45 days before you finally make a sale. Then you give your customer another 30 days of credit. Even if they pay on the dot, think about the total time elapsed. It takes 75 days from purchase to collection, but you only had 30 days of supplier credit. Your business is literally funding that inventory out of pocket for a month and a half.
We have got to stop looking at warehouses as just storage spaces. Inventory isn't just cardboard boxes stacked on a shelf. When you walk past slow-moving stock, you need to imagine giant mattresses just stuffed with your own cash, sitting there gathering dust. You should literally look at a pallet and think, I have 10 lakh rupees of my hard-earned money trapped right there.
Section 5. The growth paradox.
Okay, this is where it gets scary, especially for ambitious folks. Imagine your business is booming. Sales are shooting up, profits are climbing, everything looks incredible. But to keep fueling that growth, your receivables start inflating because you're extending credit to more people. Your inventory swells because you need more stock to fulfill those bigger orders, and suddenly you realize, wait, my business is booming, but I have absolutely no cash. Growth itself has trapped all your money somewhere in the pipeline between purchasing and collection.
Section 6. Managing your cash cycle.
So what's the fix here? Well, the answer isn't to just stop giving credit entirely. Do that and you'll probably lose all your customers. The real crucial question you have to ask is, how much credit can your business actually afford to give? You can't just blindly copy the industry standard of 30 days. If your business only runs on a 5% margin, you cannot afford to finance transactions the way a business with a 40% margin can. It's just simple math.
And please beware the illusion of 30 days. A customer says they'll pay in 30 days, which sounds great. But when does that clock actually start? Is it the invoice date? Or is it only after the material's physically received? Maybe after inspection? Or when their accounts team finally gets around to approving it? Actually, scratch that. It's usually just whenever their next random payment run happens. In the real world, a 30-day customer almost always morphs into a 45 or 60-day customer. And trust me, your supplier doesn't care. They want to be paid on their schedule, not yours.
This is why you have to track your metrics like a hawk. You don't need a crazy Wall Street model. Just answer the basics. How much money is in inventory? How much of your receivables is officially overdue? How much do you owe your suppliers? Ask yourself the ultimate stress test question. If every single one of my customers paid 15 days late, would we survive? If you're sweating at that thought, your working capital is on dangerously thin ice.
Ultimately, what we are trying to achieve here is positive cash flow. And that isn't about forcing everyone to pay instantly. It's about alignment. It's the sweet spot where the credit you give, the credit you get, the time you hold inventory, and your profit margins all perfectly harmonize to keep money constantly moving. Buy, sell, collect, reinvest. Keeping those gears perfectly synced is what takes the pressure off your working capital.
But you can't align what you can't see. The source material highlights systems like BRS ERP specifically because they track this exact cycle in one place. From the initial purchase, straight through inventory, into sales, onto receivables, and all the way to final collection.
What this fundamentally does is replace the dozen messy, disconnected spreadsheets you're probably using right now. It gives you instant visibility into your customer due dates, the exact aging of overdue receivables, supplier commitments, and your real-time inventory value. Software won't magically print money for you, but seeing a flashing red number telling you there's 20 lakh rupees sitting in overdue receivables, that is exactly the kick you need to go out there and reclaim your cash.
If you take nothing else away from this explainer, I want you to remember this one foundational rule. A sale creates revenue. A collection creates cash. They are two totally different halves of the equation, and your business absolutely needs both to survive.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The next time you close a massive 10 lakh rupee deal, celebrate it. But don't just sit back and ask, how much profit did we make on paper? Challenge yourself to ask the much harder, much more dangerous question, when will this money actually come back into my bank account? Because paper profit might make you look like a genius in the boardroom, but cash is the only thing keeping the lights on. So where is your cash right now? Go get it.